In traditional stranded or fair isle knitting, the knitter is using two colors of yarn, often held one color in each hand, or sometimes both held in the left hand if the knitter is just knitting in the continental style. And on the back of the work, you don't want to have big long strands or floats. So if I'm working 8 stitches in black and I'm not using the pink, I want to catch it somewhere so that it doesn't provide this loose hangy thread that can get caught or that just doesn't look nice. Now, I don't think that this stranded project had many floats here. Here you can see a few, and that one's a little bit long. Typically, a float shouldn't be more than an inch. Maybe shouldn't, some other people say, be more than 4 stitches wide. Sometimes I can be quite meticulous and catch floats every 4 stitches uniformly. But oftentimes, like here, I kind of changed that pattern. You also want to be careful that you don't catch the floats in the same place in each row as you work it, or the color that you're catching will start to pop through and there'll be a line. So you want to vary how you catch those floats. First, I'm going to demonstrate how to catch a float with yarn that is held in the right hand. I'm knitting English style with the green in my right hand and continental with the pink in my left. I've knit 4 stitches in the pink, and now I want to catch the green and knit the next stitch in pink. Catching the green will prevent this long float in the back. So I insert my needle in the regular way as if I'm going to knit, and then I take this yarn in the right and I go around like this, under and over. And then I take the pink and I go around like that, under and over. And then I bring the green back down around and knit it through. This can be a little bit tricky, just the different directions. And when I first started doing this, I'd often have to look at a video if I hadn't worked a stranded colorwork project in a while. And sometimes I'd end up with twisted stitches if I went over from the wrong direction or under, but that wasn't the end of the world. But if you do it in a consistent way, this way, your stitches won't be twisted. So I'm going to catch another green stitch. I go under like that. I take the pink and I go like that, under and over. And then I bring that around and I knit the stitch. Once again, I insert the needle. I go under and over, back over, and I knit the stitch. And I've caught those stitches. Now you won't be catching 3 stitches in a row. You want to catch stitches about every 4th stitch. So let me knit about 4. And then once again, I insert my needle. I go like so. Make sure you can see that. I go like so. And then I go like that. And then back around and I catch the float. And then when I look at the back, my stitches are caught. Catching floats with yarn held in the left hand is actually a little bit easier than the other way that we just learned. So let's imagine in my motif, I have 4 green stitches to start with here. And now I want to catch a pink float because actually I'm going to knit 6 or 7 green stitches. So what I do is I insert my needle in the regular way as if to knit, and then I bring this yarn over the top of that. And then I just go around as I normally would knit a stitch, and I pull this through and I've caught my float. So let me demonstrate that again. I knit a couple green. I'm not going to do a whole bunch just to demonstrate. I put my needle through in the front and I take the pink over just like that. And then I just go as I normally would when I'm knitting, wrapping it under and over, and I pull it through. The pink drops and I've caught that float there. So one more time, let me knit a few more this time so you can actually see the long float. So I knit 4 and then I'm going to catch the pink float. I put my needle in, I place the pink just like that over the top of the needle, under and over, pull the knit stitch through, and I've got this float, which is a little bit loose. I tightened it, but you don't want to tighten it too much. In fact, as you work stranded color work, you want to kind of stretch your stitches out, because if your floats get to be too tight, you're going to have a bunchy looking garment, and that really doesn't look nice when you have this strand with all these beautiful colors and it looks tight and bunched up. So there you have it, catching floats in stranded knitting.